Shocking, switching from Mounjaro to Zepbound due to the Mounjaro shortage crises, the reason behind this dramatic move, and 5 tips to help you on your own Mounjaro weight loss journey or Zepbound weight loss journey. Hi friends, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. Over the last 15 plus months of being on Mounjaro and now Zepbound, I've lost over 84 pounds. I know, it's crazy, of being on Mounjaro. I was on Mounjaro 15 milligrams. I'm now on Zepbound 15 milligrams, and I've got 5 tips in today's video that's gonna help you on your journey as we navigate through these choppy waters with the Mounjaro shortage crises and now Zepbound shortage crises. I do not wanna be a henny penny. I want to have calm, non-panic information that is scientifically based and articulate an action plan for you to help you navigate this calmly without fear. I know many of you in my free encouragement group are panicked. And rightfully so, because GLP-1 medication has been revolutionizing people's health, our blood panels with type 2 diabetes, weight loss. I mean, for chronic obesity management, this has been a game changer. And so to have these 1-2 punches of the shortage coming in, I've had to force my hand, and I've got 5 tips, so let's dive into how it's gonna help you on your Mounjaro journey and Zepbound journey. Number 1 is the FDA shortage list. Mounjaro is on the FDA shortage list. It has been, it's going to continue to be, and Zepbound is not yet. The reason why, in my humble opinion, I will always tell you when it's scientific fact or my humble opinion, is because of the bureaucratic red tape of it's just not there yet. We are in a shortage, in my opinion, with Zepbound. So switching from Mounjaro to Zepbound, it's buying me some time, but Zepbound is not on the FDA shortage list yet because it's so new. It will be though. And in my group, which has, gosh, close to 10,000 people, that group is so encouraging. It's linked down in the description link below. We've learned and seen so many people who are on Zepbound 2.5 milligrams all the way up to Zepbound 15 milligrams. Now, when I switched from Mounjaro to Zepbound, which is tip number, we're going to talk about insurance in all of these, of can you make this switch? Many of you are not going to be able to, but many of you do have another solution that you may not have thought of. But within that FDA shortage list, that's tip number 1. Just because Zepbound's not on the FDA shortage list may mean you may have the same issues finding Zepbound. Or switching from Mounjaro over to WEGOVY or Mounjaro to Ozempic, depending on your insurance, which we're gonna really deep dive into. So that's tip number 1 is, this may not be the best move, and I want to be open and honest with that so you can have all the facts from today's videos to make the best educated decision. It is the same product. Mounjaro and Zepbound are the same formularities. Mounjaro goes up to 15 milligrams. Mounjaro's starting dose is 2.5 milligrams. Zepbound's starting dose is 2.5 milligrams, and its highest dose is 15 milligrams. Same things, same pens, same everything, except for the different FDA approval, which subsequently will affect your insurance. Tip number 2. Of do you stay or do you go? Do you pause or do you keep fighting? Or do you switch over to compounds? What I want to encourage you is, regardless through what's going on with this, is to stay consistent for your health and wellness journey and for chronic obesity management for your obesity treatment plan. For me, that has been in the forefront of my brain, regardless of the storm going on the outside of, am I going to get my medication? And like this anxiety producing, which I want to encourage you, do not go to henny penny side, stay in the positive, uplifting side, do not go over to that side, stay there, is by being consistent. And for me, one of the great ways that I'm consistent is with my protein, with my body movement, and of course with my LMNT electrolytes. You guys know I am completely obsessed with LMNT electrolytes. I bought them and I started taking LMNT electrolytes back 15 months ago when I started this Mounjaro journey. You can go back over 200 videos and seen that I've been very consistent with my LMNT electrolytes. Why do I consistently take them pretty much every day? Because they help me so much with my Mounjaro side effects and thus my Zepbound side effects. And staying consistent, it helps me mentally, in addition to all the other benefits that I have with it. Because of the magnesium, potassium, and sodium, it helps with muscle recovery after I work out. You guys know I'm walking 2 to 3 miles per day with Mr. Freddie. By staying consistent with this, it also in the morning is my routine. Like, I typically don't eat breakfast. I don't eat food usually till 10, 11, noon. And this is what I have after my coffee. I like it because of the flavoring in there as well, but there's no added dyes, sugar, junk added into it. So it keeps my blood sugar really, really great. But also it has in there magnesium, potassium, and sodium. And that for me is really, really helpful. The potassium negates that sodium. I know some people they talk about that, and it's amazing that the potassium in there helps to negate that. But having table salt is different than like LMNT, because it doesn't have, that is like stripped out bad junk in there. This has in there the most incredible ingredients. And I absolutely love LMNT electrolytes. They've been very, very helpful to the Countess of shopping community. When you go to drinkelement.com, that's DRINKLMNT.com/queen, QUEEN, you can get 8 free sticks totally free with any sort of purchase. And they're wonderful. I absolutely love them. Staying consistent on my Mounjaro weight loss journey, my friends, has been for me what's helped me transition to these rocky waters, shall we say, from Mounjaro to Zepbound, of focusing in on protein, focusing on things I can control, like my body movement, and of course, having my electrolytes too. That has been super, super helpful for me. So, do you pause if you can't get your Mounjaro injection and just wait it out? That could be an option for you. And that's tip number 3 is Eli Lilly, the manufacturer of Zepbound and Mounjaro, have told us that the shortage, the Mounjaro shortage crises, and it will end August 31st. So that is 5 months from now. As of today's date, we've got April, May, June, July, August. So that is what, 20 weeks approximately? That's 5 boxes worth. We got to get 5 through. This is how I'm framing in my brain. And again, I'm not a healthcare professional. Never take medical advice from me. Simply my experience, strength, and hope of what's worked really, really well for me the last 15 months on this Mounjaro weight loss journey, and now Zepbound weight loss journey. My blood panels have been awesome as a result of this too, which is amazing. Getting 5 boxes. Now, some of y'all have been able to get 3-month dosages at one time. We know a month dose is 28 days. It's 1 pen is a week times 4 weeks, and a month is 28 days. Some of y'all are able to get that. I have not been that fortunate to get like a 3-month supply of it. I've had to go month to month. So for me, I'm like, it's only 5 more times until that North Carolina facility from Eli Lilly is done with the manufacturing on it. And that will help absolve a lot of these Mounjaro shortage issues. And many of you have also asked, because you guys are in my free group, and there I've talked a little bit more than I have. So make sure you join that group in the description link below. Many of you guys have asked, will I go back to Mounjaro? Well, we'll see. Part of this is the insurance equation on there. And that's my tip number 4 for you is insurance very well may affect this decision for you. For me, there's a little bit of leeway in there, and I've talked about that in another video, so I'm not going to waste time on today's video talking about that. But can you transition from Mounjaro to Ozempic? Slightly less data, but still a very strong GLP-1 medication. I know some of you do not want to make that move over, which I understand. Novo Nordisk is the one that makes Ozempic and WEGOVY, and Eli Lilly is the manufacturer of WEGOVY and Mounjaro. And so switching over, I know for some of you that could be potentially hard, but that is an option. So you can stop taking your Mounjaro for a couple of days until you get a box. I know for some of you it may be longer than that. You can try to get your insurance to switch over, but WEGOVY and Ozempic are also on the FDA shortage list. I know 100%, let me frame this. WEGOVY 100% is on the FDA shortage list. I'm pretty sure Ozempic is too. I didn't look right before today, and I didn't look before today's video, so I want to make sure I'm giving you the most accurate information. So forgive me on that, but I know 100% WEGOVY is. Ozempic, I'm pretty sure it is. So you could make that switch over to that and switch GLP-1 medications. Or number 3, you could take compounds. And that's another option for you too, is you could take compounds. I've done a lot of videos about Join Fridays. I'll link their information down below. I work with Join Fridays. They're my telehealth provider who actually prescribes me my Mounjaro and Zepbound, but they also prescribe compounds. So it's easy to make that pivot. And then they ship compound. They work with compound pharmacies to work on shipping the compound from the reputable compound pharmacies that are third-party independent tested compound pharmacies. And that is another option too. So you've got 3 choices. For me, it made the best sense to go from Mounjaro to Zepbound while I navigate this Mounjaro shortage. Will I go back? I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, insurance plays a part in this, and I think I'm different than some people watching. because of that. But nonetheless, it's still the same 3 choices. I've done a whole other video talking about, okay, what can you do if you want to call your pharmacy and strategies with working with your own pharmacy on that. But the main thing for me is right now, I think, and I'm hoping, I got through this month. I literally just got a box of Zepbound that I switched to. So this pen that I had, I just took Zepbound because I wanted to take it as opposed to my other pens. I do have a few other Mounjaro pens left. And I wanted to just take it to see, and it's totally the exact same thing. But I wanted to like look in the packaging and like look at the neat, like I wanted to look at it. It was the exact same thing. And so with making that switch over, I'm going to try this month to see if I can get Zepbound again. I probably won't be able to, because here's the deal is that I'm on Zepbound 15 milligrams. The pharmacy, I had a lengthy conversation with them and I said, hey, she's like, you're really lucky to get this. We didn't have any before. You've got the 1 box and then that's it. And I don't know when we're getting another Zepbound 15 milligrams. And I thought, well, maybe that's just because it's the highest dose, right? People from Mounjaro are switching over. Maybe that's why. In my free encouragement group, I'm seeing over and over and over again, it's every single dose. Zepbound 2.5 milligrams, the lowest dose, all the way up to Zepbound 15 milligrams, the highest dose. And same thing with Mounjaro. But friends, I want to encourage you, and this is tip number 5, going back to that August 31st date, I'm going to believe Eli Lilly that North Carolina facility that they're building and building out to help with this supply chain shortage is going to absolve a lot of our problems. You just have to get there. And this is such a new drug, and keeping the perspective of we've never seen anything like this in our lifetime. Ever. It is unprecedented sales, unprecedented demand. We've never seen anything like this in our lifetime. Because truly it's helping so many things. I mean, hello, WEGOVY just got, which is a GLP-1 medication for helping with reduction of heart disease by 20%, strokes by 20%, cardiovascular activities by 20%. Friends, that's amazing. Like that's huge. That is amazing. And so what we're finding it's not just for type 2 diabetes. It's not just for obesity management. It's now not just for heart disease. I mean, we're learning a lot about these, so bear with it. If you look at it in the perspective of we've got 5 months. It's short-term, long-term, it's a pain and it's scary, but also it's really not. Because once we get to that point and get past that, we should be good. We should be good. And then it's going to be battling with insurance companies to get more people to be able to have coverage with their insurance companies. I know we have so many international friends, our Aussie folks, Aussie, oi, 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 our UK folks here. Shout out in the comments down below if that's you, because y'all are getting the medications over there. But of course, they're having their own shortage challenges too. And so we're navigating these together. Continue to remain in the solution and not in the panic, because social media and the media will have you believe just take a chill pill on it. You have options, you have choices. You could pause, you could switch over to another GLP-1 medication. And you need to see what your insurance company says. And that's one of my this is your bonus tip for you. If you've made it this far, this is your bonus tip for you, is see what your insurance company will let you do, right? Like, you got to know those rules and play within those rules and those boundaries to help you. That's really, really important. And staying consistent, regardless of anything going on, staying consistent, staying on your food plan. If you want a free Mounjaro meal plan, I've got one linked down below. My gift to you, I've got 200 plus free videos, and I've got a free encouragement group with almost 10,000 people in there. Got a lot of free resources for you to help encourage you on this journey. You're not alone. It may feel at times like you're alone with this, but you're not. Like, there's a lot of us out there encouraging each other and having great success too. So that free meal plan is also linked down below. And make sure you go ahead and get your LMNT electrolytes. My absolute favorite is the raspberry salt. That's helped me stay super consistent. That has been one of my major consistencies on this 84-pound weight loss journey, which is crazy to say, by the way. Like, even just my face, I'm like, my face looks so different. Like, I have a chin. She has a chin. So I would encourage you guys, if you haven't already gotten LMNT electrolytes, my personal favorite is the raspberry salt. The Duke loves watermelon. He actively plays sports. I no longer buy anything else other than LMNT electrolytes for him. And they have helped him substantially with his, like, he used to get muscle cramps. I used to get muscle cramps. This has been for me so helpful. I've even gotten into, you guys have probably seen some of my other videos making electrolyte ice. Very helpful for my Mounjaro side effects and Zepbound side effects too. So there's lots of solutions for you. don't worry. Know that this Mounjaro shortage and making that transfer, I know many of you have transferred from over to WEGOVY and Zepbound too, and you've had, those have different side effects for you. I mean, they're the same side effects, but they may express themselves, or what's the word? They may show up differently, because I've said that all along, particularly with Mounjaro. Just because on one dose I have one side effect does not mean I'm going to have those same side effects on a higher dose. It's been my experience, strength, and hope. So just keeping that in mind with WEGOVY, if you make that switch over. And then from compounds, with tirzepatide is the compound that's the active ingredient in Zepbound and Mounjaro, and the active ingredient in WEGOVY and Ozempic is semaglutide. So you can get those compounds as well from Join Fridays as a member. I love their stuff. I love them. They're awesome. They've been very, very helpful navigating the shortage and switching and staying on top of, sometimes you need to move really fast if your pharmacy does have your dosage available, and they've been really great with that. But I'm gonna go drink now. My reward for today, actually, after filming this video, guess what it was? I've been holding it and I can't wait to go drink. I'm gonna go sip it leisurely. Sip it leisurely. Be kind to yourself. Oh, wait, I forgot to do. Today's, we always do an emoji here at Countess of Shopping. Today's emoji is gonna be a drink or a beverage. So you can put that down below. Putting the emoji shows me two things. One, you made it this far in the video, and that means I wanna get to know you better. If you've watched this much of the video, I wanna know you. So put down below the drink emoji. And if you're on your, some of you aren't in your emojis, you can write drink and I'll know what you mean. And then two, make sure you tell me your action items today. What are you doing today to move you closer to your health and weight loss goals? What are they? Tell me down in the comments below. I want to hold you accountable. If you need a reframe or a refocus, go binge watch my 200 plus videos. Click that like and subscribe button so you can see the rest of them. And you can listen to me while you're working out, while you're walking. I know many of you do, and I love that. It makes my heart literally smile from ear to ear when people say, I watch you while I'm working out. I'm like, yeah. That's exactly what I do for my audios when I'm working out as well. So my sweet friends, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings, because life is delicious. Go get those free resources down on the description link below and go get your LMNT electrolytes. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, sweet friends.